saying this?
You was in the spaces listening to them bitch ass niggas. When did you ever hear me say that, nigga? I was waiting for you. When did you hear me say that, nigga? You listen to bitch ass niggas talk about me, talk about conscience and money.
You get real. That's your feature world. Yeah, calm the fuck down. First, calm the fuck down.
Yeah, stop listening to niggas.
Yo, watch your head too.
Fuck that, nigga. Fuck you, man. We good. You gonna turn up? Yeah.
Just please understand. It's not gonna go the way you think it is. But what I'm saying is,
He's from Philly.
I don't care.
Pause button.
Wait. What is?
Try to change it, and don't try to change the definition of masculinity or femininity, nigga.
Why?
Because you can't do it.
I just did it.
You did it because you're trying to influence others. No, we stand on what society means about masculinity.
Who's we?
Me.
But that's
I stand on it. I'm not. But then if I am me, then I shouldn't be shunned or made fun of for my personal beliefs. I should be accepted.
Would you tell that to a racist white man?
I tell that to anybody.
No, that's what I'm saying. Would you tell?
Yes.
Here's my question for you to say yes.
Yes.
Okay. No, you won't. Do you eat dicks?
Do I do what? See, I want to play with dick with you. You do shit like that.
I don't want you to play with me.
No, stop touching me. Hold on.
Listen, I'm trying to ask you.
I want to play with dick words with you, and you do that a lot to be disrespectful.
I'm not being disrespectful.
No, you don't want to be disrespectful. I want to play with dick with you. I would never play with. No, you can play pause. Let's talk about a doctor talking to a guy that he likes.
I'm trying to ask you a question.
I would never play with dicks with you. Don't play with me with dick, please.
Okay.
Don't touch me.
You missed my point.
He was trying to ask you a question. You kept saying yes.
So I asked you a question that you wouldn't say yes to. That was the point. I was actually
that you wouldn't say yes to, so you can stop saying yes.
Calm down.
That's what he was
doing.
Come on.
What's the question, Marc?
Would you tell a racist white man that that's just how
that's just my beliefs? It's been like that forever, and I'm not changing it. Don't try to change my life. That's what I was trying to ask you.
Would I tell a racist white man that?
Yes, and you just kept saying yes without hearing me, so I was trying to get you to listen.
If a racist white man asked me the same question about what?
No. All right, let me hear me out. Just hear me out. Before you listen, just hear me out. You're saying that you have a set of beliefs.
I do.
And they're long-standing beliefs.
Yes.
The world has had these beliefs for a long time.
Yes.
And people shouldn't try to change you.
At all.
There is half the country of race, or there's a whole bunch of racist white men who say the exact same shit about why we're nigger monkeys.
Sure.
And what I'm trying to say is,
why would I be telling them anything? If they say that to me, I don't give a fuck. They call us nigger monkeys.
They're treating Dr. Martin Lamont Hill on the Joe Budden podcast is reminiscent of how we've seen the black community treat intelligent and educated black people in the neighborhood all the time. Unfortunately, the intelligent black individuals in the community get challenged all the time. There's no way around it. If you have a degree or you're intelligent or educated in any way, shape, or form, you know what I'm talking about. Now, I've had my own instances where family members of, oh, you think he better than you? You think he better than people because he got that degree? No, I don't think I'm better than people because I got a degree, but I do know that I'm different a little bit, just a little bit. But to get back to the point, we're seeing a lot of crazy situations arise on the Joe Budden podcast because Dr. Martin Lamont Hill is simply showing individuals a different way. And when you show individuals a different way that don't care about a different way, it creates problems. We've seen Queenz Flip blow up about, just stupid stuff. We've seen Ish get into battles with him about flat earth. By the way, the earth is round. I don't know where you flat earthers come from with all this stupidness, but the earth is round. We've seen them accuse Joe of saying, hey, he's your favorite. He will always defer to him. Joe's not deferring to him. Joe's allowing that man a platform to speak up. Because what we've not seen on a lot of those platform networks is intelligent and intellectual individuals being given the space to speak about things they actually know what the fuck they're talking about. Too many times on these podcast networks, we see individuals given space to talk about stuff that they just feel about. Or I just think this, or I feel like. And while that stuff does get ratings and get views and gets attention, it's pushing the wrong narrative sometimes. It's pushing the wrong information a lot of times. It's flat out garbage most of the time. So if you paid attention to what Joe Budden has done over the course of the last year, the man has been niche farming. And when you look at the nature of podcasting, you've seen some of the biggest podcasters disappear. Adam 22, Math Hoffa. A couple others are starting, their steam is starting to lose, they're starting to lose traction. The good ones, they pivot. So what has Joe Budden been doing over the course of the last year? He's been niche farming. He gave Queenz Flip his own space to try and do his whatever he did on that, and it didn't work. He got pod wives out there. He looked at the cast and said, hey, let's liven up the cast a little bit. Bring somebody in, some new fresh blood. Dr. Martin Lamont Hill. And to be honest, it's quite refreshing to see somebody on the podcast outside of Neil deGrasse Tyson that knows what the fuck they be talking about. Neil deGrasse Tyson's probably the only other intellectual or learned person that we're used to seeing on the podcast network. And now we're seeing Dr. Martin Lamont Hill. And, you know, there was a guy on the Joe Rogan podcast that spoke about this a while back. And he said that a lot of podcasts give space to individuals that don't know what they're talking about. And the experts and the individuals that do know what they're talking about aren't given the space. So now that we're seeing Dr. Martin Lamont Hill get that space, we're starting to see that it's starting to ruffle the feathers of his podcast co-hosts, because some of them are realizing your statements don't sound that good when you're sitting next to a motherfucker that know what he's talking about.